Yes, how are you?
It's almost my final exam week. I'm
Oh,
really a bit busy.
oh, okay, I see. All right. Yeah, will it be like a big exam? What kind of
Yes,
exam
it's
is it?
uh last semester, final semester.
Oh, okay. Good
Yeah,
luck with that.
it's like the exam for mm, exam for the end of our year,
Mm-hmm.
our study year. So it's probably the most important one.
Oh, okay. Right. So when does your school year end?
It's around end of April.
Oh, okay. So by the end of April, okay, so by the first or the beginning of May, it'll be your like summer vacation?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How long does your summer vacation last?
I don't know yet because I'm a first year high schooler, so I don't know about how
How long the
how long
vacation
does
is?
my school chose for their students.
Oh, okay, I see. But when is the beginning of the new school year?
Um, our time was September. Yeah,
September is the beginning of the school year?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So that makes your summer vacation one, two, three, four, about 4 months.
I said again, I don't know yet.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
I think that it's around August, not September, because last year was the pandemic year,
Ah,
so we
yeah,
started
right.
late. Yeah, so I
Uh-huh.
think it's around August more. I don't think our summer vacation lasts for more than 3 months.
Okay, but it's around 3 months usually.
Yes, I think it's
Okay.
around 3 months.
Yeah, same here in the Philippines. It's around three
But
months.
I think that we will have summer vacation in middle May, because usually the whole June and July will be our summer.
Mm-hmm.
They would depend on end on May or end on around May and start around August.
Okay, I
We
see.
have at least 2 months, I think. But I
Hmm.
have also classes, summer classes. So
Yeah. Oh,
and
you really? You have summer classes in high school?
for a particular study team, how can I
Ah,
say it? In
okay,
my
I
class,
see.
like in my class, there are a group which we are studying a higher knowledge around
Mm-hmm.
about around our language, about using French. So our group is being called to go take exams for like different exam, different levels. So our
Mm.
team has to go study in summer also. My teacher announced that she may, I don't know, she probably sure that we have at least 3 class a week,
Mm-hmm.
3 class a week for the
Okay,
whole summer.
yeah, all right. So that means nobody from your class can have like a long trip in
I
a
know it's
faraway
just a group
place.
of our class, a part of our class.
Just a part. Oh, okay, not everyone.
Not everyone is.
Ah, okay, I see.
Everyone
Well,
else is based on their parents.
ah, okay, I see. All right, but do you already have any plans for summer?
Yes, my mother have our family already made one in the beginning of April. That by the end of April, my brother, who is study abroad in Japan, will come home and go on a trip through few pro- few province
Provinces. Uh-huh.
provinces in our country. Yes.
Oh, okay. That sounds really nice. Oh, so you have a brother who is currently studying in Japan?
Yes, it's his last year actually, this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know when will he be graduate.
Ah, okay. I see. Is
I
he
thought
like an
he,
exchange student or an international student?
I'm not sure. I'm more about international student.
Ah, okay. I see. All right, that's exciting. How about you? Do you want to study in Japan?
No, I don't learn Japan. I don't know what. Yeah, my mother decided to make our usually in most of the Vietnamese family,
Mm-hmm.
if the brother is learning a language, then their like smaller siblings, or even if their mother or father learn a language, their child will learn the same thing. My At my mother's home, my grandparents learn Russian.
Mm-hmm.
My mom only learned English because she travel or travel or stud is like working,
Mm-hmm.
travel to another place to work. Yeah, she mostly use English only. She tried to learn Japanese and French also, but she learned Japanese. She said too hard. She can't barely understand it.
Mm, okay, I see.
So my mother decided to separate us. Part of that because my brother decided to learn a language pretty late. Well, while me is the beginning of my lesson already learned that language.
Ah, okay, I see. You really wanted to learn French.
No, because my mother left me into a French class, a French learning class, around 6 years old, starting from
Ah,
there to now. So I don't know about that. Why am I like French or not? But because I started soon, my brother didn't start to learn Japanese at all. He learned it to he started to learn around high school. At that time, I was almost secondary.
ah,
So
okay.
my brother decided late.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay, but I guess comparing it, Japanese would be easier to learn than French.
No,
Yeah.
no, Japanese is easier to learn when you listen and talk, but it's harder to learn with reading. It's the same as Chinese and Korean.
Uh-huh.
You hear it, you understand it. You will understand it because it's similar. You hear it multiple times, you will understand the meaning. But when it comes to words, I don't understand anything.
Yeah, because that's why it's similar to Korean and Chinese because Japanese kanji is actually derived from Chinese. Yeah,
Yes,
so that's
because
why.
our Vietnamese decided to use um, the alphabet.
Alphabet, yeah?
What do you call? Wait, what do you call that alphabet again? Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Latin language. We decided to
Yes,
use
yes.
that as our alphabet, as
Mm-hmm.
the base of our alphabet, not using. We mostly our original words came from Chinese,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's a time we decided to use the Latin alphabet, so we change it as. So we use that as our. We base on it. That's why you can say that our place is different when we are the closest country to Chinese, but from our words,
Mm-hmm.
our writing is clearly very different.
Yes,
Though
the writing
our
system is.
speaking and some meaning, mostly some words meaning, came from Chinese also.
Hmm. Yeah, I see. That's why languages are very interesting.
Yes.
You can only understand what it is now if you look back to its history. All right. Well, yes, speaking of languages, languages will be also basically English will be our new topic for tonight. Yeah. So are you ready for it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did you listen to the topic already?
Uh, I listen. I didn't record yet. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. So here, let me share my screen with you. Just a moment, please. Okay. So here, Han, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's great. So here, please listen and repeat. Italy's government may punish the use of English.
Uh,
Please repeat.
yes. Wait.
Italy's government
Um,
may punish the use of English.
Italy's government may punish the use of English.
Yes, all
I
right.
was clearly too used to say Italy, so I the same as French, so I'm struggling to say it as English. In English as
Ah, but I guess it's a bit close. It's Italy and
Italy, yeah.
Italia. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess it's a little bit different, but somehow close as well. All right, so now let's listen and read along, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Italy's government may punish the use of English. This is breakingnewsenglish.com. Italy's ruling party may introduce a new law to stop people using English words in Italian. People could get fined for using English and other non Italian words in official communications. The idea is from government member Fabio Rampelli. He is worried about the growing number of English words in Italian. He called it Anglomania. He is unhappy with the word dispenser. He wrote, "We continue our battle for the use of Italian instead of English. We can't understand why we say dispenser." Mr. Rampelli said English is damaging the Italian language. He wants people to get a fine if they use English words. The fines could be between 5,000 and 100,000 euros, 5,500 to $110,000. English has been increasing around the world for over a century. The internet and social media have increased its use. Most languages now use English words. Many people are concerned that English is harming their native language. However, not all Italians agree with having fines for the use of English. A top Italian linguistics society, the Accademia della Crusca, said it totally disagreed with Mr. Rampelli's idea. Other people support the fines. They are worried about the growing number of English words in Italian. They say that since the year 2000, the number of English words in use in the Italian language has increased by an amazing 773%. There are no signs that this will stop. This is Ken Jones reporting from Seattle.
All right, thank you so much for listening. Now let's read the article ourselves, okay?
Yes.
All right, let's read the title again. Please listen and repeat. Italy's government may punish the use of English.
Italy's government may punish the use of English.
Mhm. Italy's ruling party may introduce a new law to stop people using English words in Italian.
Italy's ruling party may introduce a new law to stop people using English words in Italian.
Mhm. People could get fined for using English and other non Italian words in official communications.
People could get fined. People could get fined for using fine, right? For
Yes,
using
fine.
English or other non-Italian words in official communication.
Yes. The idea is from government member Fabio Rampelli.
The idea is from government member Pablo Rumbel, Rumbel,
Rumpelli.
Rumpelli.
Yes. Oh, Fabio
Fabio
Rumpelli.
Rampelli.
Yes, okay. He is worried about the growing number of English words in Italian.
He's worried about the growing number of English words in Italian.
hmm He called it Anglomania.
He called he called it Anglomania.
hmm He is unhappy with the word dispenser.
He is unhappy with the word dispenser.
He wrote, "We continue our battle for the use of Italian instead of English."
He wrote, "We continue our battle for the use of Italian instead of English."
hmm We can't understand why we say dispenser.
He he can't understand why we say dispenser.
Uh-huh. Mr. Rampelli said English is damaging the Italian language.
Mr. Rambly said English is damaging the Italian language.
hmm He wants people to get a fine if they use English words.
He wants people to get fined if they use English words.
hmm The fines could be between 5,000 and 100,000 euros, 5,500 and $110,000.
He wants people, the fines could be between $5,000 and $100,000.
Yes, English has been increasing around the world for over a century.
English has been increasing around the world for over a century.
hmm The internet and social media have increased its use.
The internet and social media have increased its use.
Yes, most languages now use English words.
Most language now use English words.
hmm Many people are concerned that English is harming their native language.
Many people are concerned that English is harming their native language.
Yes, however, not all Italians agree with having fines for the use of English.
However, not all Italians agree with having fines for the use of English.
Yes, a top Italian linguistic society, the Accademia della Crusca, totally said it totally disagreed with Mr. Rampelli's idea.
A top Italian ling- linguistic linguistic
Yes, linguistic society.
like linguistic society, the Accademia della Crus- Crusca
Yes.
Crusca said it totally disagreed with Mr. Rambly's idea.
Uh-huh. Other people support the fines.
Other people support the fines.
They are worried about the growing number of English words in Italian.
They are worried about the growing number of English words in Italian.
Mhm. They say that since the year 2000, the number of English words in use in the Italian language has increased by an amazing 773%.
They said that since the year 2000, the number of English words in use in the Italian language has increased by amazing 773%.
Mhm. There are no signs that this will stop.
There are no signs that this will stop.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for reading well. Now, do you have any questions here?
Uh, dispenser.
Ah, okay. Yes, all right. You might be wondering what's the problem with the word dispenser. Yeah, okay. So basically in English, we use dispenser for anything that, okay, something that we use to get a product out of. All right, something that we use to get a product out of. Like, for example, water dispenser. Yeah, so that means we can get water out of it. All right. So, okay, this one in the photo is what we call a water dispenser. And we have different kinds of dispensers. Anything that we use to get something out of is basically a dispenser. Yeah, we can get alcohol out of it, soft drinks out of it, like this one. We can see this one in a lot of like 7-Elevens or how do I say, convenience stores. So yes, these are all kinds of dispenser. And the problem here in with Fabio Rompelli is that he was offering his the people from the government. Yeah, they were having a meeting basically, and he wanted them to use the sanitizer dispenser. Yeah, and he used the Italian word for it, and people did not understand what he said. So he had to correct himself, and he said, "Oh, please use the alcohol dispenser." So that's why he's angry, because a lot of people did not understand the Italian word for the alcohol dispenser, but he had to correct himself and use English, the word dispenser instead. So that's why he got angry. But I thought, yes, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, me too. I really thought it was funny that he got mad that he had to use the English word instead of the Italian word for it. Yeah, so that's why he came up with this law that he wanted to fine people using English in Italian. All right. Do you have any other questions?
Uh, the word find.
Ah,
It's
okay.
like
Yes.
find, like you find out someone.
Uh, Not really. That would be this word, find. Okay, to know the location. Okay, so when you lost your keys, you did not find them. So that means you did not know their location anymore. Whereas this fine, the same as I'm fine spelling, this fine is to pay money. Yeah, like for example, if you're driving and you're not wearing a helmet and the police catches you not wearing a helmet, you can get fined. Yeah, so fine means to pay money for not following the law. To get fined, to have to pay money for not following the law. Yeah, so fine is to violate the law and then you have to pay money for it.
All right.
Okay, anything else?
Somehow this subject is completely mm, no logic.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I guess it's all about, how do I say, they want their language to stay unique. Yeah. Well, okay, you're learning French, and do you know how French people treat people who don't speak perfect French? Have you heard of that?
People who don't speak French.
Yeah, perfect French. Even if you speak French, if it's not
Ah, perfect
perfect,
French.
yes,
Like
yes.
the
All right.
original.
Yes, the original sound,
No.
pronunciation.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so if you go to France and you don't speak French, they will not be nice to you. They would be mean and rude. And if you try to speak French, but it's not perfect, they would still be rude to you. And if you speak perfect French, they would still be rude to you because you're not French. Yeah, that's the negative side about French people. Actually, there's a lot of study on that, so it's proven true that they actually do that. And it's the same in Italy. Yeah, if you don't speak Italian, or if you don't basically speak perfect Italian, they're not nice to you. Yes. So this is why this happened, because people from those maybe European countries like France and Italy, they don't like people who don't speak their language because they want their own language to stay unique. They don't want it to be, how do I say? Like for example, in Japan, there is what we call Japanglish. Japanglish are English words that are combined with Japanese words. Yeah, they don't want that to happen in their own language. So that's why they are angry about too many English words in their own language. All right. Well, let's discuss more on that. So, yes, let's review some words first. Han, please listen and repeat. Ruling party.
Ruling party.
Law.
Law.
Italian.
Italian.
Official.
Official.
Anglomania.
Ang- Anglomania.
Yes, all right. Dispenser.
Dispenser.
Language.
Language.
Fine.
Fine.
Words.
Words.
English.
English.
Century.
Century.
The internet.
The internet.
Yes, social media. Social
Social
media.
media.
Yes, native language.
Native language.
Yes, society.
Society.
Signs.
Science.
Okay, very good. Now let's discuss Han. The world would be better if there was only one language. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Um, well, it depends on the citizens in that country, on
But
how
this is
they
globally, like everywhere.
like that. They only speak one language.
Yeah, everyone, everywhere, or over the world speaking only one language. Do you think
But
that would be better
if
or no?
uh, well, other language. So if they speak only one language, the main part of it is their culture will be changed completely. They
hmm
don't have their own. They lost their own special in their country already.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not be a country anymore because if a country it has their own, yes, their own special, their own culture, their own activity, their own people
Mm-hmm.
speak one language is already say that they're mostly the same. They are mostly can't be special. Like a part of them can be special anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So they would lose a unique quality.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, from their country. Okay, that's a very good point. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for that. Now let's do our true or false activity. Okay, please tell me if it's true or false based on the article that we just read. Number one, English is the only language that Italians might be fined for using.
The might be fine for using. False. Other
Yes,
languages also.
yes. All right. Anything non Italian will be punished. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Number two, a government member said there was a problem of Anglomania.
I think it's false. It, no, one.
Hmm.
Oh, true.
Yes, it's actually true. All right. Oh, by the way, Han, do you understand what Anglomania means?
It's like the problems when the our native language is being more and more blurry
Yes,
because
that's right.
using too much national language is English.
Yes, that's right. So, Anglomania is actually the obsession with anything English. The way they talk, the way they wear, their makeup, their culture, their language. So, if there's like a huge obsession in copying what English people do, that is what we call Anglomania. Yeah, so that's why they are worried about it. Okay, number three, the Italian government member is unhappy Italians say dispenser.
Yes.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, he is so angry that Italian people say dispenser instead of the Italian word for it. All right. Number four, Italians could be fined up to 110,000 if they use English words.
False.
Yes, it's false because that should be, oh, yeah, that should be $110,000 instead of euros. Yeah, this is wrong. The symbol is wrong. Okay, number five, the, the internet has been spreading English globally for over a century.
The internet is very. Uh, yes.
Yes, okay, that is correct. The article says all languages use English words.
False.
Yes, it's false. Not all languages use English words. Yeah, it says most languages. Okay. Number seven, all Italians agree with the fines for using English words.
Uh, if we find for using English. False.
Yes, it's false. All right. So not all, but yeah, it says not all Italians agree.
Yes.
Okay. Number eight, English in Italian has risen by 773% since the year 2000.
Um, true.
Yes, it's actually true. All right, very good job. Next, we have, oh, do you have any questions here?
Um, no, I don't have any question.
Okay, then. So now let's do our synonym match. Yes, please tell me the synonyms of the words 1 to 10 from A to J.
Um, 1 to 10. Yes. Ruling is governing.
Yes, that's right. Okay, number 2.
Number 2 is oh, uh, communications message
Messages.
messages. Sorry, messages.
Yes,
Yes.
it's all right. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, battle is harming. No,
Not
fight.
really.
Fight.
Yes, okay. It is a fight. All right. Number 4, damaging.
Damaging is harming. Yes.
Yes, okay. That would be it. And fine.
Fine will be per, penalty.
Yes, it is a penalty. Uh,
Penalty.
okay, number 6.
Number 6, increasing is rising.
Yes. Okay, that is rising. Good. And number 7.
Number 7, concerning is worrying. Worried.
Yes. Okay, it is worried. Good. And all right, number 8. Totally.
Totally is completely.
Okay, nice job. And number 9.
Number 9, amazing is unbelievable.
Okay, right. It is unbelievable. Okay, number 10.
Number 10, stop is end.
Okay, yes. All right. Very good job. Thank you. Now let's read the words and their synonyms. Ruling,
Ruling,
governing.
governing,
Yes, communications,
communication,
messages.
messages,
Okay, battle,
battle,
fight.
fight,
hmm Damaging,
damaging,
harming,
harming,
fine.
fine,
Yes, penalty.
penalty,
Yes, increasing,
increasing,
rising.
rising,
Okay, concerned,
concerned,
worried,
worried,
totally,
totally,
completely.
completely,
hmm Amazing.
amazing,
Yes, unbelievable.
unbelievable,
Stop,
stop,
end.
end.
Okay, very good. And do you have any questions about the synonyms, Han?
Um, no, I don't have.
Okay then. So now let's discuss. Right. Han, what do you think of English?
Um, I think English is right now is the easiest language to learn, and is the
Easiest
most
language.
common.
Okay.
Is the most common language.
Mm-hmm.
Is for I think it's the easy, not easy, but if you learn it, it's like you can learn the base and already talk in English fluently.
Mm-hmm.
without worrying other people won't understand you. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. I see. All right. Yeah, I do see your point there. Okay. Well, how important is English in your life? Is it very important? Not so important? Moderately?
Mm, well, for me, it's important because if you choose to study in the other language, or you choose to travel alone, not with to travel to another country, English is basically the most important thing because we need communication to explore, and English will help you with the communication.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. Yes, all right. But how has English changed your language? Did English change any of your languages?
Uh, Part of this change it a bit because nowadays we are easily to access in a language class to learn.
Mm-hmm. Well, are there any words in your language that changed because of English, or are there any words that you prefer English to use instead of that word?
Yes, sometimes I prefer English to use, but mostly I still use Vietnamese because, well, for this is a surprising thing for a French class.
Mm-hmm.
When our main language is French, we are different from the other class because they have English as their language, sign language to learn. And from now on, it's one of the main three subjects to learn in our school. But
Mm-hmm.
since our main is French already, we skip it English.
Oh,
We
all right.
skip
So
it
instead,
English in our school. So mostly, I don't know about other language yet, but French, part of us can be stupid in English. It's not stupid that much, but it's like we can talk. But if you suddenly go a higher level of talking communication, somehow it's like your debate with the other, their string will work. Yeah, their
okay.
English is in the middle. It is the middle low enough to understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. That's interesting. But Han, since you've been studying French for a long time, can you handle like French conversations?
Nope, not yet.
I see. Yeah. I guess French is very difficult as well. All right. But do you worry that English or any other language is harming your language? Does
No,
it
not
affect?
much.
Not
Because
much. Uh-huh.
yes, because firstly, our country is mostly well war. We ended war for almost 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the war ended. So mostly the adult side were not able to understand. So another 10 years to developing the education.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, another 10 or 15 years to developing our education. Mostly the university, they are struggling to fast learning English for the IELTS because because now study abroad give them so much access
Mm-hmm.
to have to have a work with higher salary.
Mm-hmm.
But since they are rush, mostly their English, we can say that their words writing and reading are very much. good, but
Mm-hmm.
talking and listening quite not. Mostly talking, listening, listen, and listen. Mostly talking are not good.
Okay, I see. All right, but yeah, here's something that I realized before. Um, how do you greet each other in Vietnamese? Like when you see your friends or people you know, how do you greet them in Vietnamese?
Well, we have a strange things to greet. It depends on people if they want to, but firstly we will stare at the person and somehow get their attention to stare back at us. If
Mm-hmm.
one of if we knew the person, we will have somehow we will have the first reaction.
Mm-hmm.
The first reaction, if they are like surprised or the thing, it was gonna be um, then we will come and greet each other even though we can forget their names also. I forget my friend's name when we are staring at each other and we realize each other. It
Mm-hmm.
took me a day to remember the name.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's almost a year we didn't meet each other. Like from
Mm.
secondary to third, almost a year. And we suddenly meet. So even though we just have different class, we are same school but different class, and the class is like long distance to our. So yes, I struggled for one day to remember.
Okay. But in greeting your friends, do you say hi or hello? That's in English. In Vietnamese, what do you say?
We will say hi hello too,
But that's
but
English.
we usually get their attention, and if both of us realize each other, we will like greet each other immediately, like how are you, like what have like is that there are drama already, there are some tea already, and we just chill out.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, okay, I see. So once you get each other's attention already and you know that the other person is paying attention to you, then you immediately start catching up. Yeah, catching up with how are yous or what have you been up to, something like that. But in Vietnamese.
mm, yes,
Yes.
mostly like that. um for our somehow for our high school, we just go from house to school, house something, and we go immediately. Do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend?
So
Like they
immediately to the
immediately
T.
goes right into the personal life. Like we don't
Ah,
care if you gonna if it's gonna if it's even if it's your personal life, you can react to us and you like it and we will stop. But if you don't react to us, face with it, deal with it. We will ask you.
okay, I see. I see. All right,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. Well, yeah, it's kind of the same here in the Philippines. We immediately dive into the personal information and personal lives of each other. Yeah, especially if it's like a family member who's been away for a long time. Yeah. All right. Now here's another question, Han. Why is English the world's top language?
Mostly first is because it for for our things it can be easy to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Though the most hardest thing is the speaking, but the
Mm-hmm.
words is somehow easy to learn, especially the English culture. Some like in USA or in Britain, like English is the main language for uh, a whole continent.
Yes. Okay, that's
Yes,
a very
English
good
is
point.
yes, English is the main language for a whole continent, and part of it is also the main for the Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So particularly, it have the most, and also those countries like in Britain, their English they also goes um, from their part from the history. They um, they conquer,
Mm-hmm.
they plan on conquer the Asia, like separate, split
Yes.
from yes, conquer the Asia. So
Mm-hmm.
part of the English go into Asia also. It may not be the main, but is the important like second language now for
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's a very good point. So English is the spoken language of a whole continent, and actually English came from Europe. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of English words come from Europe and it was enhanced in the US or in America so that it's more suitable and easier to pronounce, or they varied it a little bit. And yes, as you said, the English people tried to conquer Asia. That's why a lot of the language remained in Asia. But the most spoken language is not actually English. Yeah, English is the second most spoken language. The number one spoken language is Chinese. Yeah, but English became the international language because it's easier to learn, as you said. And also in Chinese, there are like thousands and thousands of kanjis to learn if you're going to write it down. And to read it is almost impossible. And English only has 26 letters. So very short writing system. So it's easier to learn how to write English and to read English compared to Chinese. That's why even though Chinese is the most spoken language, English became the international language because it's easier. Yes. All
Yes.
right. Uh-huh. Well, this one is interesting. Should people in Italy be fined for using English words?
I think it's a no
Mm-hmm.
because firstly, if you find people to use English words, what about the travel traveling?
Yes.
What about the tourists?
Mm-hmm.
What about the touristic top? Uh, the it affects directly to the touristic
Mm-hmm. Tourism. Yes.
tourism because English is the main thing for tourism to grow. If
Mm-hmm.
they don't have communication, they don't have guide. If they don't have guide, they don't have they can they don't have guide. If they can go and buy themselves a ticket without asking some foreigner who
Mm-hmm.
is more knowledge about it,
Mm-hmm.
they can't rent a guide to guide them to a nowhere that they
Mm-hmm.
first came in, and if they and they of course their time is every people's own time is precious, and their energy is also precious, so they wouldn't spend their whole like years just to learn the language, just to go there and have only a week to discover there. They won't
Yes.
be like that. They
Yeah,
won't waste their
that's
time.
right. I think that's why they want to find people for speaking English because they want tourists. Like, if they want to visit Italy, they have to learn Italian first. Yes. That's impossible, especially if it's only for like a short-term visit or for business travels. Yeah, they should really accept English. And you can't explain English in Italian. Like if a tourist is asking you something in English, they won't understand if you answer them in Italian and you're afraid to answer them in English because you will get fined. Yeah, so I think that's hilarious. All right. So, okay. What are your favorite and least favorite English words? Do you have any?
Um, favorite words is curse word. I
Okay,
speak it.
understandable.
You can imagine that because I can speak it without any guide right now.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
And my least favorite words is about um, sexuality vocabulary.
Really?
Yes, I
Oh.
can text it normally, but when I say it, my mouth shut.
Ah, okay. I see. All right. Yeah, I guess it's understandable. And actually, when you learn another language, a lot of people usually learn the cuss words first. Yeah. So it's really interesting. Yeah, actually, majority of study shows that when people learn a new language, they start with the bad words first, especially the cuss words. Yeah, it's really fun because I
My
don't
friends,
know
we
why.
have cuss words, but we have the ability for if the foreigner will hear from us, they will hear the romantic words, the romantic like accents in our language. Since our
Ah,
language mostly is not like different speaking, different kind of saying like English, we
mm-hmm.
speak it directly to the root, to what is written. Like we don't care if it's right like this, we will speak like this. Like it's like with uh, mm, messages.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't like so like if is singular is message,
Ah, okay.
message, yes.
Uh-huh.
But if it's plural, it's messages. So it's changed like that. French, no. We speak. It speak how it speak. It writes. You write it down. You speak like that.
Oh, okay. But French is more difficult because there are a lot of like silent letters.
Yes, French is more difficult because it have a lot. We call it the word family. Yes, is kind of complicated. The word family is like from a original word. We change it.
Like this one. It's Margox in English, but it's Margot in French. Where did the A and X go? Yes. Well, Hannah, I'd love to talk more, but I'm sorry, we've run out of time, so let's talk some more next time, okay? Yeah,
Yes.
no more time left. Have a great
Also,
night, and I'll
yes.
see you again. It's all right. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye
See
bye.
you.